Dear learners, today, the focus of my presentation is variables, meaning of concepts, constructs, and variables, types of variables. Let us first try to understand the meaning of variables in research. A variable is a measurable characteristic or attribute that can vary or take on different values. Variables are fundamental components of research, allowing scientists to systematically investigate and understand the relationships between different aspects of the world. Careful consideration and manipulation of variables contribute to the robustness and validity of research findings. In research, variables are used to operationalize and quantify abstract concepts or constructs, allowing researchers to systematically study and understand phenomena. Importance of variables in research. 1. Operationalization. Variables help researchers operationalize abstract concepts, making them measurable and allowing for systematic observation. 2. Causality. By manipulating and measuring variables, researchers can explore causal relationships between different aspects of a phenomenon. 3. Control. Understanding and controlling variables enhance the internal validity of a study, ensuring that observed effects are likely due to the manipulated variable. 4. Generalization. Well-defined variables contribute to the external validity of a study, allowing researchers to generalize findings to broader populations or contexts. Concepts and constructs in educational research. Concept. In educational research, a concept might be an abstract idea or term related to an aspect of education. For example, student engagement is a concept. It represents a general notion of students being actively involved in and committed to their learning. Construct. A construct in educational research refers to a more specific and defined concept that researchers create to represent a complex set of educational phenomena. For instance, academic motivation is a construct that encompasses various factors influencing a student's drive to learn, such as intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation, and self-efficacy. Let me now discuss what are various types of variables. 1. Independent variable. For the independent variable is the variable that the researcher manipulates or controls to observe its effect on the dependent variable. It is the presumed cause. Example, in a study on the impact of teaching methods on student performance, the independent variable could be the type of teaching method used, such as traditional lectures, online modules, or project-based learning. 2. Dependent variable. DV. The dependent variable is the variable that is measured or observed to assess the impact of the independent variable. It is the outcome or response variable. Example, in the same study, the dependent variable is the student's academic performance, often measured through grades, test scores, or other performance metrics. 3. Extraneous variable. Extraneous variables are factors that may affect the study but are not the primary variables of interest. They can introduce noise or error into the research. Example, in a study on the effectiveness of a new teaching strategy, the socio-economic background of the students could be an extraneous variable. While not the main focus, it might influence student outcomes. 4. Intervening variable. An intervening variable, or mediator, explains the process through which the independent variable influences the dependent variable. Example, suppose researchers are investigating the impact of a school-based intervention program on students' self-esteem. The intervening variable could be students' perceived sense of belonging, which mediates the influence of the intervention on self-esteem. 5. Moderator variable. A moderator variable influences the strength or direction of the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. It identifies conditions under which the relationship may vary. Example, in a study examining the relationship between class size and student engagement, the moderator variable could be the teaching style of the instructor. The effect of class size on engagement might vary depending on the instructor's teaching style. Illustrative scenario. Research question: how does the incorporation of technology, independent variable, in the classroom impact student learning outcomes? Dependent variable, in high school. Extraneous variable, socioeconomic status of students. While not the primary focus, it might influence access to technology and, subsequently, learning outcomes. Intervening variable, student engagement with technology. This variable could mediate the relationship between the use of technology and learning outcomes. Moderator variable, prior exposure to technology. The impact of technology on learning outcomes might vary based on students' previous experiences with technology. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel Education and Teacher Education at Shoki Bilal.